Hey everybody, this is Craig from Dragonball Games, and today I'm going to do a very quick review for the Dragon Ball Z Budokai collection. I did a DBZ video yesterday, 2 days ago. The comments got out of control, but I would like to say this about this is the first thing I'm going to get out of the way for this review, because it's not really a review. Because they're HD versions, and I'd rather go back and do the original versions as a review, sort of like I did with the Doom thing. So this is more of an overview, really. First thing I'm going to say right off the bat, because this is what people want to know, and since there's not a lot of reviews and shit online, if I was to give it points, it wouldn't get very many, not because they're not good games. These are two perfect ports of these games. As far as HD collections go, with the portings and not having horrible mistakes, that's these right here. Horrible mistakes was the things that they did not put on. And I know, like I just said, this is what everybody wants to know. Is there online play? No, there is not online play. There is no online play whatsoever. And Budokai 2 is missing. Now, I understand that Budokai 1 and 3 were the best, I think. And I think many of you who like the Budokai series will agree with me. And that's what's in here. It's Budokai 1 and 3. Budokai 2 is not in here. I just don't understand why they wouldn't throw it in there, just to have all three of them, you know? Because there's no Budokai 4. You know, that's when they start going into the other games. But I had Chipotle burritos. Just perfect, insanely. Oh yeah, it comes with a reversible case. I have automatically put the other side on. The other side is a lot better. However, now the thing is, the question you gotta ask yourself is, do you want to spend $40 for a fighting game on this generation of consoles that's not online? Well, I have Budokai 1 and 3 on PlayStation 2. So, I went and bought this, and I should have looked it up, and I went and bought this on the pretense that I was going to be able to play online with some people that I've seen playing it. Nobody's told me that it wasn't online. That's not your fault, so I never asked. But I like Dragon Ball Z enough where I can warrant this purchase, this HD collection, because I poured hours and hours into Budokai 1 and 3. However, out of the two, I do like 1 the best, and I think it's because I like the way that they handled the story better in 1. Granted, every time you play a Dragon Ball Z fighting game, it's the same story over and over again. I think Budokai did it the best out of the ones I played so far, Budokai 1. And I've actually went back and started playing it again. But I went through the training modes with them. I mean, I know how to play it, but I figured start there to make sure that nothing's like wonky, you know what I mean? So it's just straight ports of what you played. Now, the game itself looks amazing. I mean, you can tell that like everything was drawn to a point where it was for I can't get this out. The last generation consoles, like the lines. Specific one, like I play as Piccolo in Budokai. I like using Piccolo, I like using Cell. The lines on them are like perfect, sharp, awesome, HD. Awesome. They just did a really awesome job with the whole like cleaning up of it and bringing it up in the polishing. But I mean, like you can tell like it looks like some of it was like drawn with a crayon in the backgrounds and some of the character outfits. And I mean, I know they're going for the style of the game being drawn, but sometimes polishing something too much in HD, it takes away from what it was originally. Regardless, the game still looks amazing. I mean, I'm not going to say, like, the graphics aren't better than Burst Limit, but, I mean, it's an HD version of Budokai, and Budokai wasn't that bad in the first place. Once again, in this, I still think that 1 looks better than 3, because 3, they really went for more cel-shaded than anything. But yeah, I do like what 3 has as an advantage. I love the Dragon Universe thing. The whole overworld map, going through, picking fights, leveling up your character. I prefer that in Budokai 3. I totally forgot. I mean, I haven't played Budokai. That was a high school game for me. That came out when I was in high school. So, I mean, I had to go back and I had to play 3's training mode again, and I went and played it for a little bit, and I was like, you know what, I need to rush this whole thing, because I totally forgot about the Dragon Rush mode and all that stuff. Like, there's a lot to remember in Budokai 3. Budokai 1 was more of a straightforward fighting game. I don't want to say it was too simplistic, but it was simplistic. But you could get deeper with it the more you unlocked. I want to yawn. Stop. But yeah, the fighting itself is obviously dated in comparison to games that we've got now that have come out that are decent fighting games, like your Mortal Kombat 9, your Street Fighter 4, and your Ultimate Marvel. It won't stack up to these games. I do think, however, that since Budokai and just Dragon Ball Z fighting games in general have such a dedicated fan base, that this game, as I'll put it, as Matt said it, this game was begging for online, and they didn't do it. This would have been so worth the price for everybody, and I could have convinced more people to buy it, and I know some of you people on here are going to say it right now. I could have convinced so many more people to buy it if you had put this online. I don't understand it. I understand maybe you didn't want to mess with the integrity of the game. I can get that by adding something else in. But the simple fact is, if I hit this, it's like playing a really polished version of what I already have up there. And if I hit this, it's like playing a really polished version of what I already have up here. So there is nothing extra. There's nothing extra for you here. So, do you want well, here's the selling point for me is you get to play it on Xbox. Never been on Xbox before. It's been on GameCube. Budokai's been on GameCube, which is 2, I think. Oh, I couldn't find it anymore. You get to play it on Xbox, and if you're playing it on PS3, you get the trophy support, and here you get the achievement support. But since I like the Dragon Ball Z story, and I like playing through Budokai, because Budokai, I think, out of all the games, tells the story the best, like the way you play through it. Although I didn't realize it was so quick. It's so much quicker for me now. I mean, I'm like fucking through the Saiyan Saga already. And I like the way that they tell the story. So I do like playing through it. I'll have an excuse to play through both of them. I want them achievements. I want the achievements from the Dragon Universe here. So I think I called it Dragon World earlier. Dragon Universe. So, I mean, it's really... Are you a big fan? Do you really want these games in HD? And do you have friends to come over and play it with you? Because that's how you're going to maximize the best out of it. I mean, HD collection for me right now, did I need to buy it right now? No. I wanted to buy it right now because I was talking about it all day at work and I wanted to play it. So I went and bought it. But in a few years, my son's going to hopefully be into Dragon Ball Z because I'm going to convince him that he likes Dragon Ball Z. Because I think that's how we all like our first thing, is our parents tell us we do. But he'll be playing it with me. He'll be mashing buttons. And so, I mean, I'll get a lot of use out of this over time. I don't know. Be on the next generation of consoles by then, but since I'm going to make him go back and start... Fucking Christ. I almost did this whole thing swear-free. Since I'm going to make him go back and start an Atari, I mean... I guess I could have just had him play these on PS2. But we can start his own little Xbox profile and he can get his own achievements off it. So, I probably just did a really weird face, I'm sorry. So, as much as it pains me to say it, for a large majority of you, Budokai HD Collection is probably not worth it. It's probably not worth it. As a fan of the series, just because it's pure fan service, and for people who will have friends willing to come over and play it, I give a 7 or 8 because I do believe that Budokai was the best. As far as the porting goes for the HD remake, because I know a lot of people fuck the ports up, this is the best porting I've ever seen. Period. This is the best porting. And I just think it's funny that happened in the Dragon Ball Z game, whereas their regular games, they fuck up so much. The porting is just amazing. They did not lose anything that's like super noticeable. Nothing. No random game crashes. I haven't had any audio sync issues. I haven't had any video issues. I haven't had, teeth coming through faces. I haven't had any of that crap. So, it's great. The only thing is that it's sometimes too clean and too polished, where a character will be talking or laughing and his teeth will, blend into his gums. But that's not the fault of porting. That's the fault of the art wasn't supposed to be that clean in the first place. Do you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's perfect, like I said. But the only downside is online. Like, why didn't you guys do that, man? Why didn't you do that? I think I will give them credit and say that I think that if they added online, it might strain something. They changed original code and all hell was out the window. I don't know. You could have just made online versions of these, man, just go for it. And where's Budokai 2? I know I didn't like Budokai 2. I talk shit about it all the time. But you have 3 Budokais. You actually have more than 3. But you have 3, 1, 2, 3. Where's 2? Come on, guys. Come on, man. That's like the Silent Hill collection didn't put 4 in there. They didn't put 1 in there. That's not a collection. You could at least put 4 in there and say that it's a place. You know, I'm gonna start talking about the Silent Hill collection again. Ugh. All right. Anyways, like I said, totally not worth it for anybody who's not a hardcore fan of the Budokai series. But if you are a hardcore fan of the Budokai series and you were just watching this video because you were wondering, hey, they fuck up the game from the regular to this one. No, it's actually looks better, plays exactly the same, and it's a nice nostalgic thing to go back to. It's a lot easier now. But then again, the last time I really played, I was in high school, and I played against people, and I was probably baked all the time. But I don't know. So, this is the first review that I remember like, you know. I don't know how I feel about it. I enjoy it. My kid likes staring at it. But I mean, I just don't have the same feeling as I did with Budokai back in the day. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching.